Shalom, shalom, shalom. This is the Brothers Abak coming back with another lesson. Lord willing, this will be edifying. So I'd like to start out this video by giving all honor, praises, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Kodash. Double honors to my teachers, the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone, teaching the 100% truth of this gospel, the doctrine of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, and salutation to the hopeful elect of the house of David, those who are keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, peace and blessings. And Lord willing, this will be edifying. So let's get into it. It says here in 1 Peter 2:17, honor all men, love the brotherhood, fear the Most High, honor the King. All right, those are the commandments that were given unto us. All right. So we're supposed to fear the Most High, honor the King. Who's the King? Kiss the Son lest he be angry. Yahweh Shai is the Son. Reverence him. Love the brotherhood. It's important. We're coming at a time where we have to get to know each other the more and more. Because at the end of the day, you might end up with one of the brothers in the time of Jacob's trouble, and you have to be able to trust the person that's next to you. All right. Because the people that are in the world, you won't be able to trust them. You won't be able to trust them. So like these people that are in the world, man, they're gonna move based on fear. They're gonna move based on carnality. They're not gonna be led by the Spirit, and ultimately that's gonna lead them unto death. So these people are not gonna think logically, right? They're not gonna move in the Spirit. So they're gonna be a weakness. You're walking with them is going to be like a chip on your shoulders in a sense. You gotta now you gotta watch for your back, but you gotta watch for them too. The people, because you can't trust them. You see, so you're sleeping with one eye open, not knowing, oh, this is that person. When I fall asleep, is he gonna take all the food and run away? This and that. Is he gonna try to kill me? So that being said, it says here in but again, you have to love the brotherhood, because this is the time that we have to tighten up and put our trust and learn to trust each other, learn to know each other, get acquainted to each other more and more in the times to come. It says here in Matthew 12:47. So it says here in Matthew 12:47, then said unto him, behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to speak with thee. But he answered and said unto him that told him, who is my mother, and who are my brethren? And he stretched forth his hand towards his disciples and said, behold my mother and my brethren. For whosoever shall do the will of my Father which is in heaven, the same is my brother and my sister and mother. And that's how you can classify them. If you're not doing the will of Yahweh Bashum Yahushai, you're not a neighbor. See how it says, be at peace with thy neighbor, love thy neighbor as thyself. But if you're not serving Yahweh Bashum Yahushai, you're not my neighbor in a sense. You might as well walk as an Edomite. No, you are a heathen. You are black. You are Latino. You are Hispanic. You are a native Indian. You're not Israel if you're not serving Yahweh Bashum Yahushai. You see, you're 2/3, and you're just your faith is to be destroyed on this side, man, because that's what you want. You're siding with the devil, so might as well get the same reward as him. It says here in Matthew 24:8, all these are the beginning of sorrow. So in the beginning of sorrow, there's going to be a lot of tribulation. It's going to be a time like never before on the earth. And these people that are not in the world, these people that are in the world, they do not have the knowledge and understanding, which is going to be the stability of our time. So if you have this knowledge, you'll be stable. But those that don't have it, like I said before, they're not going to think straight. They're going to be shaky. They're going to be wavering. And that's not someone that you want on your team in a time of famine, in a time of tribulation, in a time of death, in a time of pestilence. That's not someone that you want on your team, someone who's shaky. All right? It says here, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. Verse 12, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. So that's basically the point, you know. Many shall be offended, and many shall betray one another, and that is why it's important nowadays to have a love for the brotherhood, even more now than ever. Okay, because those are the brothers that you're gonna, those are the brothers that you congregate with, the people that you're gonna have around you, Lord willing. You know, you might not be alone in the truth, in the time of trouble. You know, if you're lucky enough to be with one brother, two brothers, you're better off than most people, man. You see? But again, it says, but if you find yourself with people who are in the world, just know that the love of many shall wax cold. If they don't have the stability and knowledge, they don't have patience, they don't have faith. You know, it's basically a walking demon. You can't trust a person like that, man. You see? So it says here in Sirach, so it's ultimately, you can only trust those that do the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua in these days to come, man. You know? Because, you know, let's say in a scenario, there's no food, you haven't eaten in 3 days, 4 days. You haven't eaten in 3 days, 4 days. A man of the Lord is not gonna start looking at you like the next best thing since sliced cheese. All right, we're not gonna think about turning to cannibals. All right, those that serve Yahweh Hashem Yahushua would rather die of famine, of starvation, than to do such an abomination. But the people that are in the world that are used to eating, that are used to eating 3 4 times a week, 3 4 times a day, they're gonna start, you know, salivating at the sight of human flesh. You know, don't be surprised to see people walking around, because there's gonna be a lot of people dead, a lot of people dead in the streets. Don't be surprised that you see people just chewing with, you know, chewing on leg bones. You know, don't be surprised to see these people, that your so-called neighbor in the neighborhood. You know, he invited you to barbecues and things like that. Now he's eating on his dog. Now he's eating on his wife. You know, those are the people that are in the world. You're gonna betray one another. There's no, and that's why we push the fact that there's no love in the world, man. The love that is in the world is fake love. You know, it's all for show. But when push comes to shove, they're not really there for you, man. They're not there for your turn. They're only gonna think about their own situation, how to deliver themselves out of trouble. You see, it says here in Sirach 6 and 7, if thou would get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him. And how can you prove a friend? It says here in Isaiah 8 and 20, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because they have no light in them. So if they do not serve Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, if they do not believe in the doctrine, that's not someone that you want to be around. They have no light in them, and if they have no light, they have darkness. If they're walking in darkness, they're walking after Satan. That's not someone that you want to have around you in the times to come, huh? Is gonna be that person is gonna be a liability. That was the word I was looking for, a liability, right? And to walk around with that chip on your shoulder, you might end up getting killed because of that person, man. You see, it says here in Sirach 6 and 8, for some men is a friend for his own occasion, and will not abide in the day of trouble. Okay, his own occasion, whatever he can get out of you, you know, whatever situation that he can get out of you, that's what he wants. You know, oh, I'm gonna stay here with him because it looks like the Lord is with him. He's eating good. You know, he's not even gonna say the Lord is with him. It's that he doesn't care about the Lord. You know, that person is only gonna be there for the food. What can this guy do for me? Oh, yo, if I stay with this guy, I'll be able to make it through the day, and I might be able to take some food from him, and you know, keep on going my own way. You see, it says here in Sirach 12 and 17, if adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. He will shake his hand, he will shake his head and clap his hand and whisper much and change his countenance. That's the thing. These people now they're with you. There's no tribulation. Jacob's trouble's not here. You know, you can go to work. You got your food. You got your house, roof over your head. You know, there's no problem. But in the time where the devil's gonna come down with great wrath, you haven't taken the microchip. These people are hungry. You know, they're gonna change their countenance. And that scripture is really about the enemies, about Esau, Edom. But again, that can apply unto the 2/3, unto these other heathens. Because what? At the end of the day, if you're not walking according to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, according to his laws, statutes, and commandments, according to the fear of the Lord, you're literally an enemy. You're an enemy of the Lord. Okay? As it says here in Matthew 12 and 30, he that is not with me is against me. And that's simple as that. If you're not with Yahweh Shem Shai, if you're not, like the Lord said, who is my brother, who is my sister, who is my mother? If you're not with Yahweh Shem Shai, you're against him. Yeah, and therefore you're against those that are with him as well. He that scattereth not with me, scattereth abroad. Okay? So that's what's gonna happen. So these people are gonna change their countenance. Today you're best friends in the world, right? But tomorrow you're serving Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and he's trying to kill you, you know, because you didn't take the MOTB. He's trying to hand you over to the police. He wants to betray you. You know, oh yo, come over, man. I got some steak and some ricolet. You know, stop by and we'll have a chat like back in the old days. You know, I even got a glass of wine. Yo, how come this guy has all these things, man? I haven't spoken to this guy since the beginning of Jacob's trouble. You know, how come this guy all of a sudden he contacts me? You know, so you gotta be able to discern these things, man. In time to come, these people are gonna betray us, man. It says here in James 4:4, ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High? Know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is an enemy of the Lord. If you're an enemy of the Lord, you're an enemy unto us. As the Lord said, he that is not with us is against us. If you side with this society, you're against Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You have no light in you. You see? And that's not someone that you want around you in the time of trouble. Okay? It says here in Sirach 6 and 10, again, some friend is a companion at table and will not continue in the day of affliction. Right now, everything's good. Like I said, everything's good. But when Jacob's trouble hits, that person will not be seen, man. I got your back. I got your back. And then Jacob's trouble hits, that person never is not there anymore, man. You see, he left with the supplies, and regardless, that's not someone that you can trust. Someone that's only there when good times are there. When bad times are here, he's not there to be found. He's nowhere to be seen. Okay. But again, the brotherhood, we're gonna be there whether it's good, whether it's bad, through the rainy days, through the sunlight, through the good days, through the bad days. We're gonna be there, because why? We fear Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and we put our faith in Him, not into cardinal things. Okay. So it says here, but in thy prosperity he will be as thyself, and will be bold over thy servant. If thou be brought low, he will be against thee. He will become an enemy. If thou be brought low, and that's the time that's gonna be to come, man. Even the wife that you lie with in your bosom, the wife that lies in thy bosom, your family, your children, the people that are in the world, man. When we're gonna be brought low, because we're not gonna partake in this society. We're not gonna be because it says what if you don't take the mark of the beast, you won't be able to buy or sell. You'll be xed out of this society. Okay, so when we're brought down low, you'll be abased because we're not worshiping the beast. We're not bowing down. These people are gonna be against us because they did it. The people that are in the world, that's their faith. That's their hope, man. Their hope is in the kingdom of Isa Edom. So as soon as they see that you've been abased, because at this time you can go to work, you can make a decent amount of money, you pay your bills, and everything fine. But when you won't be able to do these things, your wife is gonna leave you. Your children are gonna cuss you out. Your friends are gonna shun you. They're gonna speak evil of you because you didn't bow down to the system. You see, and a lot of men, are gonna fall out because of these reasons. Okay, a lot of people are gonna fall out because the stress, the trouble is gonna be too much for them. And this is why at this time, right now, before the trouble hits, you have to pray for the Lord to be able to endure. The real men of the Lord are gonna endure until the end, regardless of tribulation. It says what? There's nothing in the world that can take us, that can separate us from the love of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Neither death, neither angels, neither nakedness, neither hunger. You see, nothing in this world can separate us from the love of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, the true men of the Lord. You see. It says here, if thou Sirach 6 and 12, if thou be brought low, he will be against thee and will hide himself from thy face. You see, you won't want to hang out. You don't call him no more. You calling him, he won't pick up the phone no more, man. Your so-called best friend in the world, you call him, he won't pick up because you've been brought low. You see? It says here in Sirach 6 and 13, separate thyself from thine enemy and take heed of thy friends. Separate thyself from that enemy. You can't walk around with these people that are in the world, man. Okay? Like I said, they're a liability, and they're going to be a liability. They are a liability now in the time to come, man. So, like, yeah. It says here in Sirach 13 and 14, love the Lord all thy life and call upon him for salvation. And that's what the men of the Lord, the sisters that believe, are going to do. We're going to call upon Yahweh Bashem Yahushai for salvation. We're not going to turn to Isa Edom for help. We know that this is not our rest. We're not going to look for the oppressor to deliver us. Okay? It's like, it says here, every beast loveth his like, and every man loveth his neighbor. All flesh consorted against according to his kind, and all men will cleave to his like. So the wicked will stay with the wicked, and the righteous will remain with the righteous. You know, the 1/3 shall cleave unto the 1/3, and the 2/3 will cleave unto the 2/3. Those that seek Yahweh Hashem Yahushua are going to stay with them. Those that walk after Satan will walk after Satan. Okay? So it says here, what fellowship hath the wolf with the lamb? So the sinner with the godly. What agreement is there between the hyena and the dog? And what peace is there between the rich and the poor? As the wild lion, as the wild ass is the lion's prey in the wilderness, so the rich eat up the poor. As the proud hated humility, so that the rich abhor the poor. So there's gonna be a fight against good and evil. And we're following after Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. We're walking after the light. You see? But those that don't have the light are in darkness, and they're gonna keep walking in darkness because that's what because their deeds are evil. They love darkness rather than light because their deeds are evil. So when you're trying your best to walk after Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, do your best to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. They're gonna look at you like a bug out. See, they're gonna separate from you. They're gonna call your name, cast your name out as evil. You know, they're gonna betray you, give you up to the police, give you up to be sent to those concentration camps. You see, even to the point that they might even kill you. You know, that's why we have to separate from these people, man. To be a man of the Lord is a stoic walk. It's a lonely walk. It's a lonely walk. But even if we're alone in this thing, we're not completely alone. We have the brothers that are going through the same things as us, man. Like I said, this is a brotherhood. We're all going through the same things, man. We all have to face different tribulation, but at the same time, it's similar. You know, we're all facing the same similar experience. Some might be harder than others. Some might be more difficult than others. You see, but at the end of the day, we all want the same thing: make it on those chariots, make it, be delivered from the destruction of this wicked kingdom, right? And our hope is not their hope. You see, so that is why we're gonna sort to our own kind. Eventually, even if you're walking around with someone who's in the world, eventually they're gonna have to leave. Unless the Lord puts the Spirit in them to stay with you, they're gonna have to leave. You know, because this walk is a straight path. The people that are weak, feeble-minded, they're not gonna be able to withstand the straight path. You see. So it says here in Sirach 16 and 14, a faithful friend is a strong defense. You know, a faithful friend. How is he faithful? If he fears the Lord. And he that had found such an one had found a treasure. Not to Dutch contraveil a faithful friend, and his excellency is invaluable. A faithful friend is the medicine of life, and they that fear the Lord shall find him. So if you fear the Lord, you'll find other people that fear the Lord. As I said, a bird cleaveth unto his like. Those that fear the Lord will attach to those that fear the Lord. For example, those the brothers that I congregate with. If it wasn't for this truth, we will never be together. Everyone has their different path of life. If it wasn't for this truth that brought us together, we would never be together. There's not gonna be one day where I would call up all these brothers together and we would hang out. I didn't know these brothers before the truth, man. It's the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahshai that gathered us by His word, by our faith, and now we're together. You see. So if you fear the Lord, you'll find other people that fear the Lord. And if it's meant to be, y'all stick together, man. You build up a camp. Y'all do your thing. You see. And those are the brothers that you have to get to know. Those are the brothers that you have to put your trust in the times of tribulation. If the Lord wants, you'll be together in the time of tribulation. So you have to know that this brother has your back and you have his back. You know? So it says here, whoso feareth the Lord shall direct his friendship aright. For as he is, so shall his neighbor be also. Here we go, man. Who is my brother? Who is my mother? Who is my sister, man? Those that do the will of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua. You see? So ultimately, if you fear the Lord, you'll find those that fear the Lord. And the Lord will just keep you guys together, Lord willing. You see? But we're coming in a time where you have to know to trust the brotherhood. You have to depend on, we'll have to depend on each other in the time to come, man. You see? And if you're alone, man, you know, we pray for the Lord, you know, to give you the strength and the understanding and the wisdom to move and maneuver through the hardship, to the tribulation. All right? So that being said, I hope this lesson was edifying. Love the brotherhood, honor the king, and fear the Most High. You know? That being said, I like to give all honor, praises, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Achah, Kodash. Double honors to my teachers, the elders, apostles, and elder bishops of Great Millstone, teaching and ruling well, teaching 100% truth of the gospel. Salutation and peace and blessing to the hopeful elect of the house of David, those who are keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of their ability. Until next lesson, Shalom, DTA Abababal, Kwam Yashala, Shalom, Shalom, Shalom.